What up, y'all? It's your boy Third Kind. I'd like to welcome y'all to HumbleCityReal. Show basically about things I like, things I don't like, things I know, things I think I know, and just shit that's on my mind, basically. Rest assured there'll be guests popping in future shows, but for right now, this is what you got, me and only me. So let's get into it. So I want to say, last night, me and my wife was out, at a local tavern downtown Cleveland. We getting our little drinks in and shit, watching, sports coming on and stuff on the thing. And a game happened to come on, NBA game, and sidebar, I haven't really been keeping up with the NBA that much. Over at least the last 4 years or so, probably when LeBron left again, I kind of just fell out of it. So I really don't be knowing a lot of these guys, right? But if you come across, some of my friends, my pals, they let me know, hey, such, this kid, check him out, he good. This guy's that, check him out, So game was on, pretty fairly decent game. It was the Mavericks versus the Pelicans. I still hate it. New Orleans call themselves the Pelicans, but I get it. It's goddamn state bird, whatever. Okay, anyway. The game was cool though, sadly, there's no playoff implications as far as yet with these teams. They pretty much at the bottom of the West, I believe. You got some young stars on there though. Dallas, you got Luka Doncic, who just, a walking triple-double, just getting it. Kristaps Porzingis, thank God he got out of New York. He's a beast. He was knocking down some shots. They had pretty good games. The Pelicans, he had Brandon Ingram, who I kind of was familiar with, and I just knew he had something in him that can, that was going to take off on him, but I guess he may not. I don't know. Maybe it's something that's not getting him above to where he's that recognizable guy, but good player. Then there's this kid, Zion Williamson, man. This guy here, I text in the group chat to my boys, what is this guy? He looks like something from the 80s, they just made this guy up or something, on an 80s show or something, right? One of my brothers was he's unnatural, what he is. It's just, and I'm looking yes, it's unnatural. I mean, he's 6'7", 284 pounds. And we used to think stuff like LeBron, oh my God, LeBron is 6'8", 260 or whatever, and you're thinking but LeBron don't look nothing like it really. You just know that he's big. This kid looks big. He's broad, his shoulders is all the way out here, and he's probably got 0.0, we're gonna throw 2% fat on him or something like that. This kid is big. And he moves, gracefully fast. And I'm thinking 6'7", 284. It's an NFL lineman right there. This guy, and then how he's getting around defenders, I'm well, damn, he could play defensive end. And I started thinking Chase Young, Myles Garrett, maybe, that's how he gets past defenders. The same way they get around the goddamn tackle, the same way he getting around whoever guarding him. And then there's this boy Lift. My God. He gets off the ground fast as hell. It's not no true build-up. It's just he takes off and he goes. And I'm watching him. Every time he come down, I'm oh, shit. Because that's a lot of damn weight to come down from the goddamn sky. That's a lot of weight to come down. And he lands and he runs on off and he keeps going. But every time he comes, I'm man, that's 284 pounds constantly coming down on the knees, on the ankles, on the foot, the toes. And it's it's scary. So I got to thinking about players that possibly, fit that mold. And it's quite frankly, he broke it. So it's no one really is comparable. So, you can dig and we'll work on some of the guys. You say, Charles Barkley. That's probably about the closest thing. But that you could say maybe that, he was, this what it is. He's a future Charles Barkley. I thought, guys like Blake Griffin and, Larry Johnson, Anthony Mason type guys, I started picking some of the guys a little bit. But then, wanted to get close. So I said, well, let's stick with Barkley. As a player who game actually changed from that physical aerial skill set, and had success. Blake is still, putting up numbers, but in comparison, Blake is not nowhere near that size, and so it's like, yeah, he was jumping around and doing everything, but he wasn't goddamn, nowhere near 285 pounds. I mean, I think Blake Griffin is probably 240, 250, and that's a hell of a difference, in weight. So I'm wondering, can Zion translate his game from that 2 foot around the basket game? Because pretty much he scoring his ass off, and there's a good portion of dunks, and and it's like, so can he evolve his game to whereas defenses are not going to be able to say, hey, let's just shut him down, we know what he got to do. The team is not good enough to where if someone did focus on Zion, that they can just be like, oh, we got him. They focus on Zion now. We can just. So they're going to need his points. So eventually, would have come, this teams will start, playing certain defenses to keep him out of the paint or to keep him from being able to do some of the things he do, which is pretty hard. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's very hard. But somewhere along the line, the young man got to change the game. I mean, I remember them doing Brian like that. Brian was, all in the lane, passes and running. And eventually they're like, this kid really can't shoot that well, so they guarded him a certain way. And I mean, LeBron got his, but it was tough. He had to come back, and he came back. Next thing you know, he hitting jumpers from all over the goddamn place. So I'm wondering if Zion could do that. And I feel like it's going to be a need that needs to come sooner rather than later, because 284 pounds, 85 pounds, whatever, going into the air multiple times a night cannot just be good. I mean, jump shots, you're only lifting a few inches off the ground. The dunk, you coming down, you jumped up over he's coming over the rim, so he's one above 10 feet as far as arms in the air. You coming down from that though, and it's like that's a lot of weight. So it's like, need to see if he got some finesse, mid-range. I don't need him to shoot threes. I would hate if he gets to become a 3-point shooting guy, because then it may take away from his inside game. We've seen a lot of guys that was, pretty strong inside, and once they learned how to shoot a three, or someone told them that they were, oh yeah, you got a shot, yeah, your shot getting better, your shot is better, and they, step out. Now they want to shoot threes all the goddamn time and barely inside, so hopefully don't fall that way. But that nice mid-range, which is a, foreign skill in the NBA. Not too many guys have mid-range games, it's only a few guys, and the majority of the guys that do have them are guys that already have, shooting prowess. They can shoot threes, so them stepping in is not too hard for them. Your Currys and your Durants who can shoot from any goddamn where type stuff, right? But let me know your thoughts. Drop some comments, whatever the case may be. Check them out, see what we're talking about. I just know that this is a phenomenal guy, and I just hope that he can stay phenomenal with growth, of course. And I would hate to see the young man have a career that's based upon that brute force and strength, to whereas he start getting battling injuries. Injuries come, that's just part of the game. So let me know your comments. Let me know what y'all think. Drop them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe.